Okay, welcome. So just before the video starts, I thought I'd make a little insert just to go at the beginning. This stream was like nearly 2 hours long. It's getting a bit late, so I'm going to literally edit it together, render it, and upload it, make a thumbnail. So yeah, you might want to skip through this video. Like I said, it's quite long. For some reason, whenever I try to put like timestamps, it never works. If you don't know with YouTube, if you just kind of put it across, it does come up with a little box kind of to show you a preview. So yeah, I think like halfway through you'll be at the video bit where they show gameplay and so on, and towards the end obviously it's art, and at the beginning it's like studio updates and stuff, which you might want to skip. I also don't talk too much purely because there was a lot of stuff, and for me to just say the same thing over and again would be boring. But I do make my comments, I do make my reactions, I do give my kind of insight, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and enjoy. Goodbye. Not goodbye, enjoy the video. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, what is up everyone? I thought I'd start just a little bit early, prior to the start of this month, which is May. The monthly dev update for Ashes of Creation. There's been like no videos uploaded on this channel and on my other channel, and that is essentially because my dissertation, my university work, I'm going back to my actual other job as well, my part-time job soon. I'm applying for real jobs as well after my university, so sadly that has meant less uploads. Hopefully there should be some more uploads coming soon. If not that, I'm thinking about giving Twitch a go. I had some issues streaming before, even though I've got really good internet. For whatever reason, it kind of had a lot of buffering and stuff for people. But I might try that again. Maybe I'll go down to like 720p 30 FPS. So I think the last time I tried 720p 60, I might retry that as well. But I know for sure 1080p probably doesn't work. But anyway, I hope everyone's well. Where, you know, pandemic feels like it's slowly starting to end, or not end, it's like winding down a little bit, unless you're in India, of which if you are, you know, stay safe. But otherwise, I am looking forward to this update. I always do, and as always, I watch all of it, I react to it, apart from the Q&A, purely because the Q&A tends to have a lot of repeat questions, or at least for someone who's been watching since August. How many videos have I made now? Jeez, I've made a lot of these reactions at this point, since, because I got into this game like following it when I think Asmongold, Tim the Tatman maybe even did a video with it. Some 1G I feel like, Shroud maybe. Quite a few people had interviews with Stephen Sharif, the kind of the main, the big cheese of Ashes of Creation. So, as always, I'm pretty excited. I think, is today crafting? I feel like today might be focused around crafting. I could be wrong about that. But of course, we know the alpha an alpha has happened. More alphas are coming along soon, I believe. All part of Alpha 1, which is under NDA for the most part, I believe. But yeah, I guess we're going to dive right in. Should start any second, I would imagine. But I have been playing plenty of games recently, so I've had no reason not to make videos. I've been Resident Evil 8, Mass Effect Collection, Biomutant, which is way better than the reviews made me think it would be. I've actually been quite enjoying it. It's not like amazing, it's just maybe slightly good, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. I've been playing some other stuff as well. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is incredible. If you've not played that and you want an indie game to play, very good. As well as Monster Sanctuary, that's also very good. And Monster Hunter Rise is incredible if you've got a Switch. Of course, I'm waiting for Mario Golf because I love fucking weird Nintendo sports games. But other than that, that is pretty much what is going on. WoW Classic. Oh yeah, the Burning Crusade. Maybe I should make a video on that as well at some point. I did want to make a video on like all of my main MMOs that I play, so like Star Wars: The Old Republic, Elder Scrolls Online, WoW. So that might be in the pipeline. I might make a new world video as well when that comes out towards the end of summer. So I want to get back to like at least a weekly basis, even if the videos are really basic and unedited, or even if they're like just uploading a full stream. If I just stream a couple of hours every evening on Twitch, either would be better than my current upload schedule, because I play games still in the evening. I'm always way too tired to record, but streaming, maybe I could do that. I'm very busy, unfortunately. I wish I wasn't. I would just love to just play video games and record it all day long and edit. But yeah, and my politics channel as well. I've not even done a video on that in like maybe about a month. So this should start. I'm filling the air here a little bit. Not the worst thing to do, but it's something that I can do. The art's nice at least. Oh, look, it's starting. Pog. Isn't that... Pog is in chat. Not that I've got a chat because I'm not streaming, but I turned the audio down so you should be able to hear me. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear the stream, because last time it was way too loud. If it's too loud this time or too quiet, I'll remember for next time. Oh, we've got a different guy today, the lead programmer instead of the lead designer. Yeah, mix up for sure.
Our creative director. How are you doing today, Steven?
I am very tired. No.
I'm looking forward already.
I'm really tired. Do you want to talk about?
And turn the audio up as well. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, just in case.
Testing day. I got up at 3:30 in the morning and didn't get to bed until 1 a.m. So it was a rough day. But I'm doing great. Very excited. Loved the
Cheers, by the way.
we did yesterday. Had
Always
a
good
lot
to have
of
a beer.
fun. Can't wait to show the stream and some of the videos.
One person was so quick to put up a video like of talking about their experience. It was like I was just in shock.
Oh yeah. No,
it's amazing to see how many of you are enjoying it and having fun. And obviously we know there are issues and stuff like that. It's an alpha. It's going to be. And of course with us we have somebody new.
Steven has the nicest house. Every time I look at his backdrop I'm like, that's not a green screen. Green screen.
If you haven't ever checked out any of our previous streams, this is Kevin McPherson. And Kevin, if you want to talk about kind of what you do at Intrepid Studios and give people a little intro of you.
I imagine he does programming.
Sure. I'm lead gameplay programmer, so my job is to sort of spec out different tasks on the way to the milestones that we want to hit, and then work with production to schedule those out and get all the engineers on the gameplay side working on those tasks to get to the target. I would say my job's pretty great because I have an incredibly good engineering team backing me up, as well as Mark Storch and the platform services team, and Ash Thoth, who's kept all of our builds and everything working.
Absolutely. If you guys ever saw The Wizard of Oz, that scene where they actually get into the Wizard of Oz room and there's like a curtain there and like the dude who's actually the wizard doing all the magic behind the scenes, that's Kevin and the engineers. They're the ones who are actually making everything work and happen and just performing code magic.
It is seriously magic. I adore all of you, and you...
We adore us too.
I saw in chat somebody said the unsung heroes. That's very true. You know, a lot of times the artists and the designers, you know, they have the ideas of the systems and they have the cool models, but really it's the engineers who are the glue that keeps everything actually together and working the way it's intended to.
Yeah.
So big props to yeah. Go on. Yeah.
He's like, please.
It's fun though.
He looks like he's working at the same time as doing this stream.
And of course today we have a whole slew.
Maybe he
this
is
actually going to be a very long live stream. It might end up being a 2-hour one, so I apologize in advance. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, I always give you timestamps in the description. So if you didn't know that, I do that for every single one.
I wish I did that.
I'm
awful at doing timestamps and stuff. I never make it work as well. Whenever I try to do timestamps, it never works.
Just letting you all know that. So today we will be doing quick reminders as per usual. We'll do a studio update from Steve.
Back to the reminders stuff, so I'll turn the audio down a bit. I'll probably just turn it up and down when I'm not talking.
Goodness. And I have a little bonus love letter from our QA team to all of our Alpha 1 testers. So that will be really
Yeah, it's interesting to see people have uploaded videos. I imagine it's just them talking about their experience as opposed to gameplay. So I think the NDA means they can't
So thank you for submitting your questions over
upload footage of the game, but they might be able to talk about their experience maybe.
And for the people asking about my PC, it's dead. It got melted.
Oh, last night we were doing some late night testing, and we were literally on the precipice of recording the video we're going to show you here in a moment. And of
Another
course,
video.
as
Love
usual,
it.
some stream gremlin works its way into the plans. I mean, the previous stream we had to retake 4 times because I could not get recording happening on my computer.
Being a black screen.
In 4 times we had to retake the video we showed you guys with the. Was that the dragon? Was that the last?
Yeah,
time?
that was the last one.
Oh my
the dragon
gosh!
One.
Wow, it feels like that was years ago.
I know. It's been a long month.
But then last night, Margaret just like, all I hear is user has disconnected from your channel. I'm like, huh? Wonder what happened to Margaret.
I think I said before. I was like, I think my PC's dying.
Yes, that's true. And then I was like, really? You think so? And then you didn't respond. And I just heard the user disconnected. And then I saw Slack where you're just like, yeah, my computer's dead.
Yeah, my 3090 overheated my PC. It was a cooling issue, so.
She's got a 3090? That is nice.
He's amazing. He brought me a PC at 11 p.m.
Drove out at 11 p.m.
I've just been setting up this, all my PC and the stream, but it's good.
And then you, like a champ, had to work through the entire night just to reset up all the streaming stuff. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. After the whole day of testing and working, that's...
Yeah, and I started at 6 a.m., so...
We're going to have to make sure Monday when we do some gaming for the holiday that we get you a nice little drink and some good food.
Yeah. McP should give me some magic items for my Pathfinder character.
Wow.
Just kidding. Can I barter? Is that allowed live on?
McP's campaign doesn't actually have magic items. It hasn't been yet introduced into
it. Just has pain and suffering.
Oh, that's true. All right, well, let's get into it. You all don't want to hear about our Pathfinder campaign.
I can tell he's got a dry sense of humor.
So, first and foremost, you know what I forgot to set up? I actually forgot to set up that one scene, the reminder scene. So I'm just going to read them off to you. I'm sorry about this. Well, first and foremost, we do have the web update. If you didn't notice, we took down the web. We actually
they've got the new website.
7 hours. Cool. We only took 3. So can all things happen like that? That'd be great. But if you didn't know, we did provide Stripe as a default purchase option. I know that was something that everyone was very concerned about. If you do still want to use Zola, it is still available to you there as well. But if we do see that not a lot of people are utilizing it, we may, adjust things around.
Sure.
So we're always watching the data as it comes in.
Absolutely, and just to jump on that fact, this was a big request from the community, and obviously, our motto here is to take in the feedback that's necessary and let that effectuate change. So we're happy that we were able to provide this because of the outpouring request from the community.
Yeah, and we know people have been asking for it, so. Next, we do have our monthly cosmetic swap over for the Brine and Bounties, and that is scheduled for June 9th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Pacific. We always put that in our article. We let you know whenever the swap over is happening, so keep an eye on those things as we announce them. You always know a month in advance. And then they will swap over. Within this one, we also have our FAQ in regards to Alpha 1 pre-order packages and how that works. So please read that. I know that some people have asked a lot of those questions, and we usually keep it updated. And if any new ones come in, we make sure that we let folks know. And then, of course, we have, if you have any further questions, you can message us on our support Twitter, which is just, AOC support, and we'll answer all of your questions. And with, every month we always have a new dev update and dev discussion. So last month we asked you, or this last month we asked you, what are some examples of crafting systems and mechanics you've enjoyed?
So crafting is today, I believe, yeah.
Why?
Okay.
What percentage of your time do you typically find yourself engaged in crafting activities in an MMO? And we'll be compiling that feedback for our lovely development team. We always send them over all of the goodies, and Toast does an amazing job. Mad love to Toast. And we will have a new June 1 coming up in regards to environments. So if
didn't they do environments recently, or was that
Toast? What a champ! I mean,
is that imagination?
Unbelievable, both you and Toast. But just a absolutely amazing job keeping the community informed and relaying messages and information to us 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do without Toast, so I love Toast. I was actually
Toast. Oh, I love it.
Oh, but I was saying that it would be funny if we grab all of the because obviously we're looking for a junior community manager. You know, if you're interested, apply. But I was like, what if we have all of our CMs be some form of bread? Like, what if we convince them all?
Or breakfast food.
Oh, breakfast food, yeah. Oh, but anyways,
get a jam and an egg.
You know, if you find a good community manager, y'all, never let them go. Keep them forever. And of course, further discussing more things that the lovely Toast does, we have our guild gatherings, which last month or this month we asked you, what kinds of activities do you like to participate in with your guild outside of the game? Which, you know, we are working on some really cool web integrating stuff, and you know, we have an app that we're going to be working on in the future as well.
Oh, an app for the game.
These are all great things for us to know in order to develop those type of things. And of course, just figuring out how maybe
I love it when games have Discord integration. Good at Discord integration. It's always a nice thing to say.
Is going to be talking about your fondest memories, and really give us your best ones, y'all. And if you have more than one, feel free to share them. I think from our perspective, we want to like bring back that nostalgia, and so you know, hopefully we're all on the same page in regards to what those memories are. But yeah, beyond that, we also have a reminder that our Alpha 1 preview spot test is coming up. Our next one, we are basically doing them every Wednesday if we can. Those adjust depending. So if you do have Alpha 1 access, you will get access to that. Currently, the next one is scheduled for June 2nd at noon to 5 p.m., but we'll let you know if that changes. And of course, our next un-NDA'd one will, you know, be further down the line, and we'll keep you guys informed.
Yeah, have they had an NDA one yet then, or is the NDA one still at the end of the alpha?
Update on Alpha 1 schedule. And reminder that the NDA for the visual aspect of it is still in play, so no video, no streaming, no nothing like that, but you can talk all you want about your experience. And believe me, y'all have been talking. We've been watching so many videos. And speaking of videos, it's a great segue to our long-awaited content creator program. As I announced last month, we were going to be announcing it. It is announced. It's live. You can apply. Here's the caveat right now. There's so many of you that have applied, and that is amazing. That's so amazing that we need a person to just run that. So currently we are looking for an influencer relations specialist that will be helping us run this program, and we actually are going to be opening up a secondary program that is going to be subsidiary of this program. It's not going to be something you apply for. Yeah, it's going to be basically a boot camp / training. We haven't come up with the final name of it. I'm designing it at the moment, but we don't want to say no to a lot of you. We see that some of you are passionate. You want to create content. We want you to create Ashes of Creation content, but maybe you need a little help with like your stream or how it runs, or maybe you're not quite ready to be tagged as a official content creator in our perspective. But we want to help you get there. And so
that's a cool thing that they're running.
Margaret,
I think.
I'm like getting a lot of anxiety, and I feel terrible about messaging thousands of people rejection letters.
Oh. And I was like, "Are you going to give me a person?" And he was like,
"Yes."
Yes. And I was like, "All right, then we're done."
I will give you a person.
Because I just can't do everything. So I think we're really looking for that person. If you know somebody who would be fantastic for that, please send them our way. We'd love for them to apply. And of course, we're going to pick the best candidate possible. But yeah, so it's going to take a little bit more time for us to finalize all of this and design this subsidiary program before we send out all of our acceptance letters to either one of these programs. But we just wanted to kind of be upfront with you all that we're so happy that there's so many people who want to make Ashes of Creation content. So thank you. That's huge. Further beyond that, I think that's all I got for updates. Whew, it was a lot. And I'm sorry I didn't have anything visual for you to look at other than our faces. I normally do. That's the one thing I forgot. I was trying to get everything set up before. So I'm going to toss it over to our wonderful and glorious creative director, Stephen Sharif, to talk a little bit more about our studio updates.
Yes. So,
Oh dear me, I'm yawning already. It's a lot
tired.
later than you probably realise as
We
well,
brought on
as you
some
can imagine.
great
It's the
people
summer.
over the last month and a half
So
or
it's
we've actually just
8:15
hired
PM,
3
and
additional
it's
producers
still
as well,
light out.
which is great. An engineer started last week. We have a lot of we have a recruiter and HR starting next week. We're getting ready to move into the office. We are actually in the building. The server rooms are getting set up by, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. All of the electrical is getting put in, the cabling within the next week and a half. And then hopefully around the middle of June, we will be back in studio. Oh my gosh,
Which
I can't believe I just
hopefully
said that.
should speed up their progress a bit. Not that they've been going slow, not to my knowledge at least, but
wait to actually be able to see the person's face that I'm
yeah, it's
talking
going to be
on the regular. And
working in an office altogether should
It's our
hopefully
Such a different-
again.
Oh,
speed
yeah,
up,
our monthly potlucks. Y'all, we
stuff.
should just start a
We should video
restaurant.
the next. We should honestly video the first potluck we have in the new studio. We need to just video all of the food that our amazing developers create. Kevin and his unbelievable like chilies and meats that he brings in, and his wife Jerry is this absolute amazing cook I've ever seen. It's like a dynamic duo, the two of them. I mean, really, everybody brings in fun stuff. Margaret, your mac and cheese, I remember.
I know.
Oh my
Everyone always
gosh.
wants it, so I always bring just mac and. But I make a lot of other stuff.
That's true. That is true. So
but
that's
people
exciting.
just request my mac and cheese, so I usually make mac and cheese.
So very excited to be back in studio. Also super excited to start doing some job fairs. You know, we have a lot of hires that we need to do over the next 6 months or so. A lot of fun plans for that. And,
it's like they're always
the funny
hiring.
thing is, we've
They're
hired a
just
lot of
growing,
people
growing,
actually over
growing.
the COVID year, and I
don't
haven't-
even know these
I've
people's
seen a few of
faces.
I know. I've seen it. I had a couple of parties at the house where we played some like Super Mario Smash Brothers, brought over some Switches, did some board games, and got to meet a few people. But there's still a lot I haven't met yet, and I know we've had a lot of people move to San Diego over the last few months. That
Oh
we
yeah, they're in
onboarded
San
from remote.
Diego. Nice.
But
I've got
just
family there.
excited to get together with
Such a
those
lovely.
guys and gals and
It's probably my favourite part of California, actually. I know a lot of
that's
people are
exciting.
We have
LA,
done some
but
group
San
virtual
Diego's nice.
get-togethers on Zoom and stuff, but it's it's not the same as seeing people in real life.
Oh no, my phone.
Stephen's not drinking wine. He's
Let me
just
put that on
fancy AF
silent.
and drinks out of a wine glass.
I could use the bottle, but then he might yell at me. I may have to like tear the label off or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm always like, no other brands. I don't want us to get in trouble. It's more so. And anything else? So that's the studio side,
That's
the
the studio
hiring
update,
side. Anything else on that front?
Oh, sorry. And
Yeah.
testing.
Let's
testing
get to
has
the
been
video,
great.
come on.
As you guys know, this month we had our weekend-long test with, many of our Alpha 1 testers. I decided that in light of us pushing the dates back as we did for the Alpha 1 testing and the NDA release, that I would release the verbal NDA so that people get to talk about their experiences. Hopefully, you guys have
Right,
the opportunity
okay.
to jump onto our
I need to
Reddit
look some of these
or
NDAs up
forums
then that I've
and
lifted,
watch
some of
many
these
of the
verbal
content
ones.
that's been created, or chat with people who are
I'm
participating
interested
in
to
the
see what
test on
people have
Discord.
said. I mean, obviously it's the alpha, but I'm still
the
interested.
Alpha 1, the preview to Alpha 1, it is, as I've said many times, a very technically oriented test. Where we have the core systems kind of stood up in a bare bones fashion, and we're vetting these things. And it's not a content related test. This is not a typical marketing oriented alpha. This is a true developmental alpha. And it's been a real fun time.
Yeah, we all know
watching
those
people get
alphas
into
that come
the game
out and they're
we've
just
been
really a
building for
beta.
long
They're like a
time.
pre-beta,
And
basically.
seeing, even in its state now, which is
And then the
nowhere
beta that then
near
comes
what
out
will be
before
at
then
launch,
is
to
just the
see
full game,
people's reactions
pretty much.
on the videos that they're creating, talking about how much fun they've had, to read their responses on our thread feedback, just kind of getting back to that nostalgia that so many of us have experienced in wanting to relive that first MMO experience. And it's almost, it's impossible really to get that back, but it's fun to come close, and it's fun to see people experiencing some of those emotions that they experienced with their
Very,
first
I mean,
one,
add more,
so to speak.
aspirations to
A
have
long way to
to
go,
try and get that
and
nostalgia
real
back
big
into a
hats
lot
off
of players
to
that have
everyone
played
who is
countless
taking the
MMOs.
time to test, and being
Because
very
it's such a
methodical in
short-winded
their approach
genre
to
at the moment,
testing,
not
submitting
too much
bug
out
reports. We
to
had
play,
thousands
to do.
of bug reports,
Yeah.
many of them duplicates, but I think we had like over 2,000 that
QA
the
wrote
QA
it in
team
their
had to
little
run through.
letter. Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I don't want to preempt that. Yeah, there's a letter from QA from Sean. But yeah, testing's been going great. Big props to the testers, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the video that we're going to show you just here in a little bit.
Right.
Always look forward to these videos.
So much information too, from profiles, and it's just not possible without all of your support and your testing. It's massively
absolutely
important.
Yes, 100%. I mean, as Kevin can tell you, obviously we have simulated players, we have headless clients that we put into the game, and bots and whatnot, but there's only so much that you can script those bots to kind of do and try and mirror real players as close as possible, but it really just never gets to the real thing. And
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nobody is as crazy as real players.
It's true. That is very true. But yeah, that's the studio update.
Okay.
Okay.
And of course, we have a very long video for you all. It's
Oh, really? How long is it?
So we will be playing that next. But I think you wanted to mention one more thing, Stephen.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I do want to mention one more thing. Those of you who didn't have an opportunity to see our announcement yesterday, we did have to give a bittersweet farewell to Jeffrey Bard, our lead game designer. Jeffrey has been on the project for over 5 years now. I remember actually.
Oh, he's gone, is he? Oh no.
I remember when I first interviewed Jeff. I think I was interviewing him for a game writer position. Actually, it wasn't for a lead game. I was interviewing for a game writer because he came in and that's the position I had open. Interviewed him. We started working together, and he really lived up to his name as a bard. He was kind of a jack of all trades, so to speak, and he was able to kind of hit spots that needed to be hit when we were a really small team. And over the years, he really just grew as a designer. He grew into that role as a lead designer, and really appreciative of the time that he spent on the project. Jeff went to pursue, one of his passions, which is virtual reality, and he's got a great gig over at another company that's doing some fun things, I think, in the space. So, everybody here wishes Jeff the best, and we're very appreciative for
that's cool. VR. I mean, VR.
He provided the team
there's a lot of rumors around lots of new VR headsets coming out this year. If that's true, that's good because I want to see VR grow as an area.
And for storytelling with Jeff. In fact, one particular event stands out to me. Early on in the company's inception, we used to have a lot of Pathfinder sessions, tabletop role-playing game. We used to game together at my place, every weekend. And there was this, I'm going to tell the story, Jeff might hate me for it, but I don't know. There was this one time where John and I had a great idea, and Kevin was there too, I think, actually. We had a great idea to, okay, here, I'll just explain it like this. So, I had on my phone this, nuclear attack video, right? And it was basically like this thing on the Travel Channel. It was talking about food in Russia or whatever, and I streamed it into my theater. And I had it playing for minutes prior to the to anybody arriving, so it was some lead up time, and we were all sitting down and gaming. And this story is going to speak a little bit true to Jeff's gaming spirit, the gamer inside of him. But so the thing was playing in the theater in the background, and after about 10 minutes, and we're all getting situated and getting ready to start our RPG, and we were going to start playing and whatnot. And this emergency warning thing comes on the screen, right? And it's it's doing that emergency, and it's this is a message from your civil defense, and a nuclear missile launch has been detected, and it's starting to go crazy, and everyone's face, Jeff's included, was just oh my god, what's happening? And I was like, guys, it's all right, we need to get into the bunker. I said we had a bunker, but in actuality it was my generator room. And I was like, Jeff, we need to get to the bunker. He's like, no, I need to call my wife. And I was like, Jeff, there's no time. We have to run to the bunker now. And he's like, all right, well, let me get my dice.
Oh my goodness.
And he got his D20 and his dice, and he was like, all right. So we walk into the room, and I'm just like, boop, boop, boop. The door will open in a second to the bunker, don't worry. And he's just standing there with his laptop and his character in his hand and his dice, and he's ready to walk into the bunker. I'm just like, Jeff, your first thought was the dice. Come on, man. But that was just the true gamer inside of him. Of course, Kevin was as calm as possible. You see Kevin right here. He's just like, yeah, it'll be about 2 hours before it hits us. We got some time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I wanted to get some food. I had a hangover like nobody's business from the previous night.
It was great times. I
That's-
actually recorded that. I put it on a video too. I should
Oh
release
my
that someday. But yeah, no, it was pretty funny.
The
but,
funny
you know,
thing was my wife was in LA that weekend, so I'm like, hey, you need to like get underground or something.
Yeah, that's right. You called her. You were like, babe, I can't explain. Get underground. You have about 2 hours.
And the obviously in California we don't dig holes in the desert, so there is no
Yes.
underground. So
Yes.
bon chance.
But regardless, you know, like I said, we're very appreciative of Jeff's work on the project.
Oh, that's such a stupid
Great
story.
job in
It's so good.
spearheading, you know, many of my design philosophies. His, you know, we shared a lot of that together. I have a very specific vision for Ashes, and Jeff did an exemplary job championing that vision, and we wish him all the best in the future, and hope he. We can't wait to see his reveal on. I think it's a big IP he's working on.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And excited to see what he does. So best of
Yeah.
luck to you, Jeff. The community wishes you well, and everybody here at Intrepid wishes you well as well.
Go get him, man.
Yeah. I wish him the best of luck, and of course, I'll see him around. We'll do lunches and stuff.
Oh, can I give you one more story about Jeff? I'm so sorry. Can I give you just one more story?
Okay.
Okay.
Story time.
So,
This is gonna be a really long stream, y'all.
this I know. Hold on. This is a hilarious one too. Okay, we were at the studio, and I think we were probably about 40.
Of course, if you're watching
was
this,
like 3 or 4,
I've got nothing to say here because it's literally just him
and,
talking about Jeff
one of my
stories.
good friends
Oh.
Always,
is a police
always
officer
feel
here
free
in
to
San
skip
Diego,
ahead to
and,
YouTube videos, not a stream,
Sergeant William Tracy.
and find
and,
the parts you want to watch.
I was telling him, like,
God.
hey, you know,
This is this is definitely a long stream. I can feel it.
These just crazy people on Reddit are talking about how, like, oh, this project's a scam and stuff, and it's like a pyramid scheme or whatever, right? So I was like, I would love it if you could come into the studio and fake arrest me in front of my team. And he was like, okay, I can totally do that. So I'm sitting there in the studio, and I'm like writing on the whiteboard in the conference room, and this police officer walks into the middle of the studio, and he's like, says out to the studio, he's like, I need to see Stephen Sharif immediately. And one of the people is like pointing over to the conference room, and I walk out and I'm like, I'm Stephen Sharif, how can I help you? And he's like, you're under arrest. And he pulls out his like handcuffs and he starts like cuffing me in front of the team. And he tells the team, he's like, I need all of you to step away from your desks immediately. And I'm looking over at Jeff, and his face just ghost white, just like complete ghost
Oh
white. He's
my
like,
goodness.
Oh, no. Oh my God. And he's like standing there, he gets up, and everybody's like walking around and like standing there, and the guy's like, we've heard some reports about this company, and we're here to arrest this guy. And now listen, John had the best idea, and thinking back, I should have done this, but I decided not to. What I wanted to do was take like a bag of baking powder and tape it under Jeff's chair and have the officer say like there's a drug thing going on throughout this company. And I was just gonna be like,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
Jeff
Oh my
made me do
goodness.
it. It's under his chair. Grab it from Jeff. And I decided not to do it, but we
Oh
just
my
had a
God,
lot of.
that's awful, Stephen.
Awfully great.
I'm so sorry.
By the way, when I started, we put in the handbook, no joking, no more pranks.
I know.
That was
Did
a
we
great
put
prank.
that?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
in the
a good
handbook.
Also, at one point, he said, I'm sorry, but your car's been impounded.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. It was good times. But
was so
anyways,
good.
we had a lot of great memories with Jeff, and like I said, we all wish him well and look forward to everything and all the successes he does.
Yeah, I got to work with Jeff twice because I also worked with him at a previous company. So it's been a blessing, and he's a really technical guy, and go get him, man.
Yeah, I've gotten to work
Absolutely.
with him. This is my second round working with him too, so I'm wish him the best. And with that, I think
They've all clearly come from a
Stephen's
different
telling me
studio,
story
but the
and
same one, like the same
lose my
studio
heart.
before Intrepid.
I'm gonna switch over and we're gonna play quite a long video. Do you want to do a little preface on this video? Of course, a reminder
Sure.
that everything here that you're seeing is an Alpha 1 preview. Still many bugs, many issues. There will be fixes, so just pre-emphasizing that part.
Absolutely. So just to jump on that real quick, there is one particular bug you're going to notice in this video, and it is a UI bug that constantly shows
Okay.
a headline of like a control point being taken. So apologies for that. It is alpha. There's still a lot of bug fixing and polishing and just massaging some of these systems to continue working well. But the big thing I wanted to show you guys, and this is obviously, you know, our whole approach to development is transparency, right? And we want to give you a look every step of the way. And you know, in a month, this particular system, the Sieges, is going to be in a much, much better state, but at least you get to see a preview of it now. And it's pretty fun, right? On the networking side, I think we had almost 300 participants in the Siege for the first test, which was kind of crazy. And then I wanted to capture footage, so I did a second test with only like 120 or 130 people. You know, we had a lot of fun. As you guys know, the Sieges are going to be a daily event for the Alpha 1 when it launches. It's a great way for us to collect density data, right? It's a great way for us to kind of push the limitations of what our networking layer is capable of providing from a performance standpoint. And you know, it's also a fun activity, and it's representative of, you know, the core systems and kind of what we're trying to achieve with Ashes of Creation. And you know, it's guild centric, community centric. You know, it's a risk versus reward that people can opt into. And you know, we had a lot of fun, I think, last night.
So they're showing off the Siege,
we're looking forward to doing
100-person Siege, not the 300-person one, the 100.
The first round, I was there for that, but I wasn't there for the recording part because my computer blew up. But people were super serious, like they were like trying to coordinate and stuff. It was great. They're like, they're coming to the north gate, get up.
Yes.
It was great.
So
hold
you guys
on
will
the
enjoy
west gate. It was great.
It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, we're gonna play this video and we'll see you all in about 30 minutes.
Glorious Ashes of Creation community.
Damn, that armor looks nice.
To yet another stream, another video inside the Alpha 1 preview testing of Ashes of Creation. I'm excited that you were able to join us today. We have a fun-filled, action-packed recording for you. It is currently 10:38 p.m. Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. And I am joined by only the bravest of soldiers that Vera has to offer. For I stand within the keep of the most noble castle of the Dunzenkel dwarves. And ahead of me lies a fight that would tear out the heart of the bravest
okay.
men.
There's a lot of people on screen.
Of course. But as you can see here, I am joined.
Oh, is that those
by the
foxes
most
finally with
glorious
the VFX
of
effects on them?
defenders to have ever walked
Oh, they look so
the
good.
face of Vera. Show me your teeth,
Now that they've
defenders.
actually got flames
Jump,
on them, they look
rise.
really good. Gosh damn.
To this day we fight in defense of our homes. Alright, sorry. Just wanted to repeat a little bit. Guys, we're excited to show you some of the siege testing. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit maybe buggy. We'll see. We just did a little test with over 200 participants in the siege. And I'm going to be taking you through some of the event. I'm joined by my compatriots at Intrepid, the glorious Dread, aka Trad Thompson, one of our senior designers on Ashes of Creation. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, hello. Good to see everybody again.
And we also have with us the amazing, the tiniest, but not in this case, the tiniest of toasts.
I'm still a pretty tiny toast, even though it's not my name, and I am very ready to let loose the foxes of war.
Yes, let's slip the foxes of war. And with us as well, a recurring guest now, the great and powerful Mr. Chris Justo. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So, I heard from a little bird that there might be some people who are attempting to take our castle from us. But just to give you guys an idea of what we're going to do here, and I guess I should mount up. Perfect. Just to give you guys an idea of what we want to do here, this siege zone
It looks so
has
good.
a
Oh my
couple,
goodness.
Actually, it has 3
Loving
dragons.
the
You saw
art
one of them in
direction.
the
Is
last
this
stream.
one of the dwarf keeps or
We're going to
something?
take you over, and I think
well,
what we're going to
this
start
game's version of
with
dwarves.
is trying to take down that frost dragon, because he's been over there causing some storms and some snow, and killing dragons in the siege actually gives you buffs. So before we actually get into a fight with the incoming attackers, who we believe will be here shortly, we're going to try to get ourselves a buff by defeating that frost dragon. What do you guys say we run out of these halls and we go and take that beast down.
I say we're definitely ready to break.
Oh yes, we are ready. Let's do it. Let's go. Where do we go? I've only been lord of this castle for about a minute.
Follow me.
Okay. I love it when you see an MMO just like hundreds of people running
like
around.
A exit
It's
down here.
beautiful.
All right. Oh, is this my throne room?
Wait, is there collision physics
This is my throne room.
with the other players?
Made especially for you.
Let me just look at the throne real quick. Is there like a little crown on there for me? Yes, there totally is. Oh, I love it. All right, now how do we get out
I'm
of
just
here?
checking. I feel like I'm getting notifications.
Portal man, and he will take
I think I'm okay.
Or the sergeant of the vanguard, and he will take
Maybe it's Sharif's PC.
Ah, brave soldier, do you wish to step outside and harry the flanks of our foes? Indeed. Please allow me to pass. I like that. I'm so polite. This is a war. Do these people not know this is a war? Wow, look at that. We have some pretty awesome...
There's still diplomacy in
They're
war.
not very nice to attackers that try and talk to them.
Oh, that's good. We have some
That siege weaponry looks so good. Those like massive ballista. Like, oh, it looks. It does look so. It looks amazing. Like the graphics of this game are pretty nice. The art direction and all that is. The reflections, the VFX is just. And like this is alpha as well, and it looks this good already.
Or dwarf. Or elf.
Yes. Ah. Welcome to the world of Vera. Let us go to the Frost Dragon.
There's plenty of people waiting for you here.
We must move with haste because I know the attackers are preparing their assault. I love this ram, by the way. So, who worked on this dragon, by the way?
Chong did.
Chong did, that's right. And I hear that this guy has actually quite a punchy pack.
So we saw the dragons last
so he's got
time.
a couple different mechanics.
So this stuff isn't really new,
biggest
but
one
there's a
is
lot of them
gonna
attacking
be,
it. So
like
that'll be
this thing
interesting
that you
to
kind of
see.
have to dance around. I don't want to really spoil anything, but
And it's the
be
ice
ready to
dragon.
stay
I
on
don't
the
think they
toes.
fought the ice dragon
Alright,
last time.
who's our tank?
They just looked
I
at it.
guess me?
Alright, go for it.
bring
You
the
want to get
heals.
some hate up?
We just go for it.
Now
Let's
remember,
get some
let's not
Leroy.
channel. Don't channel. Stay away from those things. They're dangerous.
Oh, is that the pop-up that he was talking about? The
Bring it
Channel
down.
5 or whatever. Channeling something 5.
Now, what do we need to look out for with this guy?
So he's got a couple different moves. His frost breath is really, really dangerous. And then you'll know it when you see it, but he's gonna put ice waves on the ground like he's doing right now, and you don't want to get hit by them.
What's he doing?
It's like a bite here.
That looks like a big, angry AoE.
Get out
Got
of
a
the way.
critical on him. Be careful, defenders. Don't be channeling. Oh, we're bringing him down a little bit.
This fight does look so
He
good.
spits out these kind of ice crystals, huh?
Yeah, so you don't want to get hit by them. They'll lock you in place. And it combos in a really dangerous way with the frost paths he puts on the ground.
It's funny, I don't see any ice crystals for some reason. Are you seeing them?
I think they're going to be later stage.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm definitely doing the dance though.
Activate my action mode.
Was that a teleport? That
Just
looked
the right
really
time.
nice. Oh wait, so he's using the action combat right now, I believe. When it gets that like crosshair, I think that's action combat, and now I think he's gone back to tab combat.
Oh, he's flying.
Yes, he's doing tab targeting right now, I believe. So he's not having to aim it. I think whenever a crosshair appears, that means they're doing action, and when there's no crosshair, that means it's tab target.
Oh, no,
it's interesting to see how he's using it on the fly, how he's switching between the two.
Gotcha.
So maybe we'll switch back to action now. Oh no, he's still tab target.
Oh shit.
That ice effect looks so nice as well. So much of it.
Oh, 2 ways away.
I think we just lost half of our.
Time.
I think we just lost half of our raid.
Yeah, we need reses.
I need heals.
Working on him.
Oh, somebody became a mayor. Clumsy was elected
I'm
mayor.
down.
I don't know if I trust a man named Clumsy to be mayor.
I got you, Steven.
Oh, thank you. I'm running out of mana.
I'm out of mana.
I'm still pretty good, so let me know if you need heals or reses.
You got him almost at half health.
Oh god.
Oh shoot! Did he just do his
You're
little
big.
breath weapon?
You're big dead if you get hit by that.
I don't know. I got pretty good gear.
Shoot. Oh, just got him. We just need
Bad
to damn
tank
it.
with lost tag.
Oh,
So much going on. I'm like trying to keep track of it all, but I mean it looks great.
Yeah, we can do this easily. We just need people to.
The scale is what's really nice. How big the dragon is, you know.
I'm out of mana. Oh
I'm
no,
iced.
all these
I'm
ice.
coming back with my whip.
Oh, don't stand in the middle of that, Dread. No, you don't want to stand in the middle of that.
I
No.
can't move.
No! And you're
Move,
dead.
dude. Alright, someone res me fast.
Whoa! Are these attackers? I see attackers here. Oh, no, no, no. Those are defenders. Okay, we're good.
I love the icons in here for them too.
Oh, no, no, no!
I got comboed by a breath attack.
Oh, no. I got sent back to the spawn.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, let's hope the attackers
that's a
aren't taking
big
advantage of
angry
this
rat.
opportunity and approaching the walls with the trebuchets. That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, hurry back.
I think, you know, they may have caught wind of our... They may have... they may have caught wind of us trying to kill the ice dragon. We probably should actually reinforce the walls for their approach.
Should we bail?
Yeah, I think we need to sound the alarm.
Bail.
Well,
Everyone
we should
back
see,
to the walls.
Tactical retreat.
Are they stealing the kill? Because we could probably take it back.
I don't know where they are. Do we have any scouts or any eyes on them?
I don't think
I've
we
got
have
no
any scouts.
eyes.
I'm just gonna get near the front gate and watch with one of the ballistas. But I see that that we have a control point 4. Now, let me jump on this.
Oh, okay,
Alright,
so it
I'm
goes
on a
first
ballista.
person.
But I don't see anybody yet.
I'm headed back
I'm
to
gonna
it.
go check. Want to see what the dragon's doing.
Quick, everyone, back!
This dragon is probably being kited back to our safe harbor.
I will stand tall in front of the gates and
Ooh,
defend
I just
us.
saw a trebuchet fire. I think I just saw a trebuchet.
Should I take the risk and investigate?
Yeah, maybe that'd be good. We need some scouts.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going for it. I'm going on my stealthy
I'm
horse.
just watching right now. Now you got to be careful. Those of you guys who are manning the ballistas, the trebuchets have a further distance on their projectiles, so we need to wait until we literally see the whites of their eyes.
They're coming, run.
Where, which side?
Which side?
Off the left side if you're looking away from the castle.
Stage left.
All right, stand by, everybody.
Also, Ice Dragon is reset. Nobody's on it.
Sweet. Stand by. Hold your fire, ballistas. Hold your fire. Are they on the field yet? No? Okay, they're not on the field
I didn't
yet.
see them
No,
right
they're
by
all to the left of us in front of the poison dragon.
Oh, I see.
Do
I
you see them?
Should we rush them?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're coming over there.
Take them off
let me
guard.
run over there. Yeah. I don't know if we should meet them on the field just yet. What do you think?
Let them.
I mean, we'll
come
just
back.
respawn, so we might as well just kill them.
Also true.
Alright, I don't even see them yet. Hold on. Oh, I'm seeing them. Beans, allow me control of this ballista. Thank you, sir.
Alright, they're diverting.
Oh, no, they are diverting. Where's their trebuchets?
They must be hiding them.
I don't see the trebuchets just yet. Try to target, lead the target if you can. Alright.
Pull them to the right of the
Are those explosive bolts as well? They seem to be
As
exploding.
soon as we see their trebuchets, we should probably...
I mean, it's fantasy, so they can do that, you know.
Can you take down trebuchets?
I don't believe
with
real
regular
trebuchets
attacks, or do
exploded.
they
I
have
think
to
they were
be taken
normally
out?
Yes.
just
Yes,
big
with auto
bolts
attacks.
Yes, with
that
auto attacks.
fired like massive arrows, basically, which you could set on fire for flame ones, but I don't think they exploded, to my knowledge at least.
Oh, that says control point 2. How close is that?
It's pretty far off.
Okay. Control point 1. I don't see them yet. I saw some of them.
We just wiped a ton of their squad off the face.
Oh, I see the trebuchets.
Oh, you need
Focus
to
fire
shoot
the
them.
trebuchets. Let's jump down and push on them. Everyone, jump down and push on them unless you're on a ballista.
How much damage did you just take?
Kill the trebuchets if you can. Don't let them shoot at the door.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's much fall damage, 'cause that's a pretty big fall. Unless they're going to tweak that later, maybe. He is very close up. He needs to... See, so it looks like he's doing... Oh, he hasn't got a crosshair though, but it looks like he's doing action combat, but... I don't know.
Destroy it. I think we got one down. Yes, you got it down. Good job.
Nicely done.
There's still 3. Oh my god, they have 4 on the hill. Let's push out. Try to kill the drivers. Oh, I see somebody up here. Envious.
Mark's job knocked them out there quickly.
Oh no. Oh no.
That teleport
chasing
looks
me.
so nice.
Alright, another
They've really they need to almost do a month about the visual effects, because like, I mean, just let me lower the volume a bit here. The visual effects, I feel like
Get him!
I
have him on target.
Is that actually Asmongold, or is that, I don't know. It feels like it's night and day. It really does. Like, the graphics were always pretty good anyways, but the actual effects were just like either not there or just kind of meh, like kind of placeholder. But this month in particular, I'm really noticing how good they have become. Especially on the mounts. Obviously the foxes are now actually on fire, which is nice, but just in general they just look really nice, which is really good to see.
Back out. You know what? We will take flight.
Survey the field from above.
Oh, we've got a red dragon coming down the hill.
Ooh, I see it. Fire dragon.
Oh, I found like this underground tunnel area. Oh, you guys will notice there's a little bit of a bug with the channeling of control points. Try to stay clear of those control points.
gate's looking.
Is he on like a phoenix?
I
Or...
don't even
Nice
think they
and clear.
touched the gate.
Oh no, it looks like a... No, it's
Oh,
not a
somebody's
phoenix. It looks really nice though.
Yeah, they're
that's
in
a
our
friend.
gates.
Got like the glowing feathers on the kind of the outer ridge.
They're channeling control point 5. They should be. If I know my math. I might not though.
Attackers at the right gate for defenders.
Got it. Oh, they did. They destroyed this gate over here. Oh, they're out in front of it. We need to rally. Oh, charge them. Don't let them sit out there. Charge. I got McStackerson on my target. He's going down. Got him.
Were they
Got
able
him.
to damage the gate with just their regular attacks too, not just the
Yes, yes, their regular attacks and damage the gates.
They were sneaking us. They were trying to distract us with their war machines.
Oh, attackers are channeling the
they're in
throne? What?
Uh-oh, we got this.
Defenders rally to our homeland.
The keep is
Oh, we need
massive
to
as
hold
well.
the throne.
If I don't know if anyone's ever played
Wait for the spam of the control point.
ESO's
Everyone.
PvP, but ESO I've heard Guild Wars is very similar as well.
We need to get in.
In ESO's PvP, it's kind of the main area Cyrodiil.
Alright, I'm in.
You kind of go to keep from keep to keep, and you capture it, and you kind of do
Where's this
basically
person?
this. You do sieges, but the keeps are nowhere near this big.
We have eyes
They're
here?
like maybe a sixth of the size, like genuinely a lot smaller. It's really cool to see the scope of this. It really means that they're really planning on having, you know,
I wonder if they're
the absolute masses of players. Obviously, that's the big question: is this game going to attract the masses of players and retain them, so that these battles can happen at this size, if not bigger, frequently? It's an important question to ask. Hopefully, it does. Hopefully, this game, you know, lives up to not necessarily the hype, because the hype I think is always unrealistic. But hopefully, it lives up to people's minimum expectations at the very least, which is good. You know, I think most people minimum are hoping for it to be a good game, and therefore maintains a player base. Because I want these big battles going on. You know what I mean? It looks so good. It's just it's insane.
Alright, remember, where's control point 5? Oh, it's down below. Got it. They are actually capturing it. They're capturing it. See if we can rain down fiery hell upon them. Whoops. Uh-oh. I totally accidentally just jumped down here. Hopefully they don't see me. Oh no! That was not where I wanted to be. You know, again, stream, I'm gonna have to apologize, but I want to get you good footage, so I think I might need to cheat just a little bit. Alright, I'm a little beefier now, hold on. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Let us see what we can do. How's the front looking?
No one on the right side.
I didn't see anyone on the left either a moment ago.
Yeah,
It's quiet.
Corey
Quiet.
and I have been holding the right, so it's pretty good.
It's interesting that inside part of the keep, is it just really a spawn area? Because it's...
I am now
Or can you
approaching.
fight
Just
in
take the
there?
front-
Because
they're taking the front gate.
it's a bit weird that there's no kind of door
Do
that
we
you have to
have folks on
click
the
on.
list
You
out
just have
there?
to speak to a guy to teleport out.
Oh, I see the gates.
It would be
getting
nice
destroyed.
if they were to tweak it. You actually can just click on the door
took 'em down.
and that teleports you outside. That I would prefer. I don't mind speaking to someone to do it as well as like an additional option. I just think it would be
I
really
love the
good
appearance of the.
to at least click on the
half
door
demolished
if the
gate.
door can't just open.
I'm ready
I understand
to fight.
MMOs need to reserve space and therefore they can't have every interior open, but it'd be nice if it, at the very least, you just click on the door and
Show me
it
where
gets
they
you
are.
through without having to kind of go through any form of dialogue
Can I heal
option,
the gate with my heal spells?
just to make it a bit quicker.
No, you cannot.
Well, that shield is
Dang it.
nice looking.
I tried.
All right, we should invite the attackers to stand against us at the front gate in their entirety, and we shall charge at them. Let them
They're
form
coming along the
across
right
from
side.
us. All right.
We should let them form, and then they must slash bow before we're allowed
Agreed.
to fight.
Attackers, if you can hear me, form at the front gate across the way. Oh, I see there's a dragon up there. It's moving around. Do not engage. Merely form yourselves and we shall see who can withstand the other. Ballistas, hold your fire. Extend the courtesy.
Oh.
They brought a
Stop
trebuchet.
firing at them.
Oh, there's a trebuchet shot just landed. All right. We shall meet on the battlefield in 10-second countdown. In 9,
I'm looking forward to this. Come on,
8,
it's better be an awesome,
7,
an awesome battle.
6, came after 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, for Narnia!
For Narnia, I don't know. I don't think that's what this game's based on. Although, I wonder if a Narnia MMO would even be good. Just maybe it would be if you can play as a lion. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, there's so many shield throws. Oh no, I'm just getting thrown. Oh no, push into them. Push
I really
into
hope you're
them.
recording, because this is epic.
I know. I hope the recording's working. I don't know.
We
Did they flee?
annihilated.
We appear to have scattered their ranks.
They're coming back, though. They're coming back and forth.
Oh no, yeah, I see him, I see.
I've been down.
Resin down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the crosshair. That's got to be the.
I'm in the midst of them.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's the action combat. It looks decent.
They
I
don't
wonder
know
if
I
they're
have
still
the strength
refining
of
it.
the gods behind me.
It doesn't. I wouldn't say it looks necessarily as good as like the old Scrolls Online's action combat, maybe. But it looks reasonably good.
Battlefield with all these
The
meteor
abilities definitely look good.
explosions.
Oh
So,
yeah, let me get a look at.
and of course they've got loads of time to tweak it, make it look, feel better, and stuff like that. Oh wow! Look at that view. Look at that.
So the great thing you guys are watching is the network is handling this, 100+ players right now pretty well. And as you all know, our strategy for castle sieges are intending to be 250 versus 250. And
so
prior to
500
this test,
players.
we had a test of about, I think we had about 230 or so players in this fight. And while there were, the bugs were more prevalent, the network actually wasn't too bad. Let's push into their camp if we can.
Lead us on your mighty griffin.
I'm actually going to aggro the dragon. Come on, buddy. We need your help. Come, fight with us. Yes! Seek vengeance. Oh, no. Somebody pulled me down. Oh, it's talents. Get back here.
Good to know there's a Scorpion-esque kind of get over here chain. Always love those in MMOs. So useful.
Oh no.
Are we gonna spawn camp these poor guys?
Spawn camp them. I got 2 up here. Where'd the dragon go? Talents is still killed.
Downed again.
Oh, he's got a friend, Ironsmithy.
They have respawned in force.
How much longer is this clip? It's been
no.
going on for quite some time.
Oh, whoa! 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 Where did all these guys come from? Can't take me.
They got me.
Sorry, I'm no longer on the front lines to help you. Who left their crown on the throne?
I think that might have been me. I'm just getting like ripped apart over here. Luckily, I gave myself a bunch of health. I'm like their personal raid bot. Oh, they might actually bring me down.
They see your name.
Oh no! Oh no! I need to get out of here. Oh, I can't even move. I'm just getting CC locked. No!
Look how much damage they're doing to a
Get off of me.
multi.
I'm the king. Oh, I'm
You gotta
definitely going down.
set a win condition. If you kill Steven, it's auto win for the attackers.
Where's my defenders?
I'm coming slow walk.
Oh no, no!
I just died.
Oh, I just died. Well, I think we'll end it there.
It's, I think.
Oh, we beat him with
I
40,000.
hope you guys enjoyed just a little look at the castle siege system that's in Alpha 1.
We did. That
It
looks
still
really
needs a
good.
lot of work,
That looks really good. I've turned the
There's
audio
a lot
down,
of
of
polish
course.
to be had, some bugs to be fixed, but these are going to be running 4 times a day, actually, during the month-long alpha test, and they run about an hour long. We reduced the time. But victory conditions for the attackers, obviously, is to capture the final control point, which is the throne. And then for the defenders, there will be a NPC, basically the sergeant-at-arms for the attacking side that you can kill or running out the clock. I'm just going to run up here. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you back on stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. And long live Vera. Oh, they're like breaking through the gate right now.
They're storming the castle.
Are they? Should I wait until they see if they can actually break through the gate?
They did. They broke through one of them.
Well, I think they're actually. Oh no, they're breaking down the inner keep gate. Okay, we'll just see if they. Oh no, it's falling apart.
Most of our forces are at their camp.
I'm gonna sneak up on them.
Yeah, they're definitely breaking through the gate right now. I'm just gonna hold on.
Oh, I'm killing a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I just dropped an AOE.
The gate is like getting torn apart right now. Oh no! I think you guys wiped them actually.
Come out because I dropped a hollowed ground on the whole group.
Oh man! All right, we'll see you guys back on stream. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye everybody.
That was good. That was one of the better videos.
I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll have it kind of running in the background whilst we chat a little bit more. But I did want to. Saw one topic that kind of came up a couple times, which was, are there going to be ways to repair walls, siege machines, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's not going to be present in alpha, but those are long-term designs for these types of events, right? Obviously there's a lot of ancillary activities that can be had during sieges.
That's good. Standard rate, kind of standard siege activity kind of stuff. The ability to repair and all that is good to know that they've got that in there, or will have it in there. So that's pretty standard.
Players can do things, during the siege to aid in the greater effort, so to speak, and it doesn't require you.
It's good as well because it gives players that aren't very good at the combat something to do, which is nice for those sort of players. Who maybe aren't a healer, but maybe they're just not the best DPS, and they can go repair the walls and the battlements and the weapons and stuff, siege weapons. So that's good.
Wiki's a great source, and we've talked about this in the past. But there's a lot of intended designs. What you're seeing here is, again, what Alpha 1's all about, that core system, the base functionality. We're vetting.
Can I hit creature? Will it take damage?
Right.
Like that kind of. If I use this type of spell, will it put a hot dot on somebody and a hot on this person? Like really testing the functionality, less about like how much balance is happening, right? Like in regards to that. And obviously Steven has to do a little cheating because he's trying to put on a good video for you all. So if he just left his health at a normal health, yeah, he would die because of 50 people trying to kill him. So I just want to put a little emphasis
I want to make sure
part.
you guys get to see what's happening, and in order to do that, sometimes I still died. But in order to do that, sometimes I have to do some cheating. So apologize for that. I also saw, you guys might have seen this. There wasn't any diminishing returns on CCFX, right? I was getting like pulled in every direction and constantly being tripped and knocked down, and those diminishing returns aren't in yet. So there is going to be diminishing returns for CCFX. I also noticed, I mentioned this prior to the video and mentioned during the video, there was a UI bug for the control point spam. You saw that on screen. It was constantly updating control points as people were moving in and out of the vicinity of those control points. That actually will be moved to a separate location. It'll have some cooldown on it, and it'll be kind of more minimized, and the ability for the player to hide those types of notifications. Right now it's just routed through the main broadcast messaging. Additionally, one real important takeaway from this, I know you guys are seeing this, it looks like fun gameplay, you're seeing it in the bare bones fashion, but the really important takeaway I think is the smoothness of the game, right? With those many characters on screen, and mind you, I have a 1080 Ti and I'm recording in 4K
only a 1080 Ti, damn,
on a widescreen monitor. So you're seeing it from my perspective and it's looking smooth, and especially you don't see this very often in alpha versions of games, or at least true alpha versions of games. So I think that
I'm just going to say 1080 Ti, imagine this game then on a 2080 or a 3080 or even a 3090. Gosh damn, this game has the potential to have incredible graphics. I joked before that it would be nice if they added in ray tracing. I don't think they will, because MMOs can do it. WoW's got ray traced shadows now, instead of light. But I just don't think it will happen for this game. However, maybe it's possible. Maybe by the time this is actually ready for full release, maybe there'll be the 4080 cards or something. I don't know. That will come out. That will be able to do it. I don't know. As an option, of course. Who knows? But damn, it's crazy that he's only on the 1080 Ti. That's crazy.
Our networking layer, the optimizations, the bugs that we find and all that stuff, and kind of keep it lean, keep it performant. The other thing I noticed. Oh, you already mentioned it was cheating on the show.
Yeah, and that was a great segue actually to the next topic, which incorporates McP here, in regards to the performance and optimization stuff that our engineering team is doing in coercion with our design team, obviously. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and in regards to the playtest and the progress towards Alpha 1. So if you want to kind of go over those things, McP, and Stephen and I can add in some extra topics here as we go through it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so basically the big thing we found out during our testing is we had some sort of ghosted AI controllers that were just hanging out all over our world, and they were just increasing and not going away over time. So we've decreased the ticking on those, but we have yet to find the cause of the perpetrator. But we've added instrumentation to discover that, so hopefully today or tomorrow.
And this is in regards to what you guys noticed if you were in the Alpha 1, where like the longer the servers went on, the more you saw like rubber banding and strange things happening. That was kind of correlating to this issue.
Very open about the problems it's had, by the way, which is good, and how they're going to fix it.
And then the next things that you guys are working on and focusing on, which is obviously stuff that we're trying to work towards as far as feedback, which is performance optimizing at the network level on the server processing of NPCs and client performance. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so every test, what we do is we run a series of profiles on the servers and also on the clients, and we also have profiling at the cloud level, at the hosting level. So using those data points, we're able to identify during these large tests what is the performance killer on the server or the client, and then we knock down. It's like playing whack-a-mole. You knock those down and then run profiles again and get the next thing or the next 4 things that are causing it. So
those dragons do look so incredible every time I look at it.
These large-scale tests is really one of the few ways to really find these things that show up at scale.
Yeah, and if you guys, I think there were a few questions regarding like what our requirements are and specs in regards to that. We do have that on our support page in the FAQ section. You can see what our current expected requirements are for min spec, and then what we recommend as well currently. Obviously, if that changes, we'll update those articles, but if you're looking for that information, it is available to you already.
Is it? Okay.
Next thing you guys were
I've got a
working
2070,
on was,
so I think
like,
I'm
the hitching
okay.
and eliminating that
For
stuff.
now,
Can you talk
but
a
by
little
this
bit
game's
more
fully out,
about
I'll probably
that
have a
side
new
of things?
PC, hopefully.
Yes.
Or a new graphics
so
card.
one thing that we do for optimization is we kind of merge character meshes together, and we weren't doing it in the most efficient manner, and it was causing regeneration to occur pretty often, which would hitch the client as these things were merged together into a new mesh. So Alexi did some fantastic work on that and knocked that all of that out. So now we have a much smoother performance with the client.
Yeah, and then another thing that engineering is providing to design is, we've talked about this in the past, and you likely saw in this video, I noticed there were a few comments in the chat section about combat and some of the changes that are occurring in combat. Obviously, there are visual changes that Jim and Adrian on the VFX side are doing with weapon trails and impact effects.
I was going to say, it looks a lot nicer already.
Refined, but additionally, there's an entirely new ability system that's being coded on the back end that's customized for particularly network optimization. And,
we have a section for that, Stephen, that we're going to go over.
I'm so sorry. I just jumped the gun. All right, I'll wait for that section.
We have 2 more things that we wanted to cover in regards to the Alpha 1 and then combat.
Let me comment real quick on the combat balance. So I noticed many of you are talking about like damage being done and like doesn't look like it's enough damage or hit points and stuff like that. 2 things on that front. One is, again, this is not a content test. So balance is kind of finger in the wind at the moment. Most of balancing comes out of actual testing around those particular systems, and we're not focused on that at the moment, right? Again, this is about the core functionality of these types of systems, not about, the refinement or getting them prettied up per se. So I wouldn't take too much stock or concern in, how the balance is gonna flesh out. And then additionally, when we talk about participating in this test. So right now it only goes up to level 15, right? And the composition of class skills or archetype skills kind of has to tread a fine line between two roads. One, we want it to be representative of skills not just that would traditionally be found 1 through 15, but we're actually introducing some skills that might be found later because we want to test those particular ideas and how the skill functions. So this is kind of a bastardization, so to speak, of what leveling will look like and what skill compositions will exist for particular archetypes in an environment like Alpha, where you're not actually seeing what level 1 through 15 is going to really be like when the game launches, but per se how it is now, so it can facilitate our needs during this alpha phase, right? And that's an important thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, and if McP, you want to like touch on the combat, we'll move forward on the combat. We'll come back to the other couple of topics that you had here. You want to talk a little bit about your guys' perspective on the combat ability stuff that you guys are working on?
Yeah, so a big part of trying to improve performance is getting rid of our Unreal Actor-based combat system. So it was heavy on putting in different new actors and spawning them to sort of control the flow of our abilities or attacks, spells, etc. So Adam Pipich has been working very hard on a newer, better, more efficient system. It also allows designers more control and capability in setting up impactful and cool sort of action combat. It feels, more actiony than what we have. He's also been aided by Keenan in that effort. So we've tried to give design and art maximum support so that we could get this new system fleshed out over time and to the players.
Yeah, and some of the additional changes that design's been doing kind of to the existing system while we're waiting for that to come into place. Brian Ferguson and Trad Thompson have been working along with Chris Justo and some of the other designers as
These
well.
all seem like reasonable changes. It's good to hear about combat balancing and how much focus they're going into that eventually.
The combo animations,
but
right?
more
the
about the
attacks and
actual how it's going to work.
And then also providing a little bit more versatility to the directional movement, the rotational movement between these combo attacks. Right now it's still root motion setup, but we're going to be testing with some split body animations and split body attacks over the next several weeks. And then additionally, obviously you guys have seen as we've kind of incorporated more mobility components to existing abilities, such as the mage and the fireball. This has been kind of taken broadly over across many of the, the 3 archetypes that are available in Alpha across many of their abilities. And then we've also included the ability to kind of hold your Q or left mouse button to initiate and cycle through those attacks. I know we had a lot of piano fingers out there and some early onset arthritis probably in a few joints because I just had to spam those. But that's been
we got a lot of feedback in regards to spamming the auto attack button. And I know you talked a little bit about the split animation, Steven, but can you maybe go into a little bit more detail about like what that is,
Sure.
how that works? Because maybe not everyone understands exactly what that means.
Absolutely. So if you guys recall, about 2 years ago or so, with the testing that we did during APOC, a lot of that was focused around getting action combat information. And initially when we began that testing, we had full split body animations and combo attacks essentially with weapons where your upper body would perform the animation of the attack, right? And that upper body would be locked, but your lower body would be free to continue moving. And that's what we refer to kind of as that split body. So that allows you to move while you attack per se. Right now, what you're seeing with these combo attacks on the weapons front is that your body is essentially locked in this root motion where you're moving forward with each attack. And that can sometimes feel a little cumbersome, right? But the feedback we got early on during APOC was that without that weightedness that is incorporated from the root motion, it felt floaty and people didn't feel that the attacks were very substantial. So we introduced that root body motion in order to provide some additional weight to the attacks. Now we're kind of rethinking that approach from an action standpoint, at least with regard
that was a massive issue with kind of beta and early days ESO. Elder Scrolls Online's combat felt so bad because the enemies were like you could phase through them. You could just walk through them. They weren't physical. And it led to the combat really feeling really floaty, because yes, you were hitting them and damage was registering, but you didn't feel like he was hitting with them. You didn't feel like he was colliding with the enemies. And they eventually changed that and made it feel a lot better. Still could be better, but a lot better than it used to be. And it sounds like they've had a similar kind of issue to try to fix it, and now they're going to go down a new route.
Your ability system. So, for example, if you have a backstab against a target that's bleeding, you might deal amplified damage, or you might, you might cripple the target, or snare them, so to speak. So, the weapon attack is an important component of the combat system. So we want to make sure that as we're doing this combat revamp, that we are essentially taking into consideration player feedback and sentiment about how they want a reactive and more mobile weapon attack system.
Yeah, it's really weird. Listen to your players. I'm not sure about that one.
That is true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is weird.
But yeah, in regards to listening to your players, we are always putting up new forum threads for dev discussion, guild gatherings, and other things. Toast does an amazing job of putting those up and also compiling reports on those, as well as the overall forums every month, and all of your guys' feedback and our social media folk. Peter is fantastic at compiling together all of our social reports, so all of the things that you guys send us there, and then on the CS front, Adam. So like we're definitely, any feedback that you guys send us, we're compiling those things. We're analyzing data, and even outside of the game versus inside, where maybe Steven and McP are more hands-on with that stuff. We're listening in all the places as much as possible. I'm going to go back a little bit to talk a little bit more about Siege, and if you want to talk more about what kind of work you guys have been working on towards that, McP, we'll start with you, and then Steven, if you want to add anything on that front.
Sure. We had done a pretty substantial amount of work in Apocalypse, and it wasn't something, as I recall, that we had released to players in any sort of public format, that we had in a lot of internal testing, but we were able to bring all of that work over from the Apocalypse project into the MMO, and that was done primarily by Alexi, and he did a fantastic job. So that would be the siege weapons, the gates, and the overall mechanics of how
control point system, the damage, the respawn, the team settings, all of those things. Yeah.
Guild registration, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And just to expand on that, I know we got a lot of flack for APOC in the past, but again, all of those systems were designed for the MMORPG, and as they were intended to be isolated and testing platforms, to get early data on that stuff, and now, much time later, as we have an Alpha 1 present, we're able to move over that code and introduce it as was intended into the MMO.
Okay.
And yeah, Alexi spearheaded that, poured over, and did a great job.
Yep.
I also want to add that all of our back-end systems, all of our platform services, all of that is a product of the APOC project, and without that, we wouldn't be able to have a Patra launcher or hosting or anything, for that matter.
Yeah.
We had to build everything from scratch. It wasn't just lying on the floor for us to
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about
that's actually,
go ahead, Stephen.
Sorry, real quick. That's actually a great important point, Kevin, is a lot of times what you'll find with other companies and other projects is that they're actually reusing stuff that they've built in the past, right? And we are literally building everything from scratch. Right. So, with that being said, everything's being built in a particular fashion or way that's customized for our intents, and that's a good thing. But that's, why it takes time, and that's why it takes testing, and that's why it takes feedback, is because this is, while it's not our first rodeo, and we have a lot of veteran developers, as a company and as a project, as I said, these things are being built from scratch, and they require a lot of testing and a lot of time to flesh out.
100%. Let's go into platform a little bit more, because obviously platform services handles, our metrics, our cloud hosting, our patcher, our launcher, our website. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Can you go into detail on kind of what that team is working on and how that affects the things that the players are experiencing?
Yeah, so that team's led by Mark Storch, and he's got Twan, Eric, Rich working with him, and they're doing an incredible job. And then we have, of course, Zim, who is making sure that all our hardware and everything functions, like when he had to drop off a rig last night for you.
Thank you, Zim, for coming over. I know you had an early morning, because I think he had a morning at 8 a.m. to go back to the office to get help set up stuff.
John had to meet him over there,
yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, there was a couple weeks back, he had to pop into our data center to replace some stuff at like 4 a.m. So it's an on-call kind of job, and he rocks it. So on the platform and services side, Mark's team has done an amazing job of standing up our hosting in the cloud, of making sure that everyone can patch and connect to the product. They handle.
We're still on design.
The characters putting account data to make sure that.
It's going to be a while. Hopefully they get their onto art soon. Because straight after this, I'm trimming it up, editing it a little bit, and then uploading it. So hopefully it's because it's been going for like an hour and a half now. But hopefully you're enjoying it. The stuff they're showing off is really interesting. Unfortunately, I haven't got loads to say on it. It's, you know, I'm letting them speak for themselves. There is, you know, the odd bit to say here and there, but you know, it all sounds really interesting, right? But what else can I say? I'm waiting for the art, because I can comment on art.
It's more community, but on the web front with Valor, we're working very closely with them, and you know, a lot of the bugs and things that we encounter that you guys report through CS, we are trying to resolve with them, and that's on that team too. So they're just powerhouses, you know, killing it, and mad shout out to them. Did you want to add anything else on that front, Steven?
No, it's just you know, I guess sentiment just to reiterate to you guys, and I know we have a lot of, you know, support from the community, and a lot of anticipation. But just to keep in mind, like, I can't reiterate the sentiment enough, is that there's a lot of great people on this project, a lot of very talented individuals, and, you know, the one key component I think that we all share is we're very passionate about making a quality game that lives up to the expectations and the you know, the pride that players have within this genre. And you know, we're all MMO players, so it's a lot of hard work, a lot of long days, and when we can jump on and see your guys' support and your commentary, and, you know, the just the motivation to continue these long days going forward, that means a lot to everybody on the team. And, you know, I just want to thank you guys for helping to foster a great community, because even at this stage prior to the game launching, right, I think we've built a great community around this project, and I know that there's naysayers out there, and they've been slowly trickling in size down as we continue to show progress and continue to show the fruits of our labor. But you guys helping to provide that positive commentary and that support means the absolute world to us, and we really do appreciate it. And when we go to bed at night, at least I know for myself, when I go to bed at night and I'm, you know, playing on my phone.
If we go to bed at night.
If we go to bed at night, and I'm playing on my phone and reading those, it is fuel, it is motivation. So I can't express enough that appreciation, and hope you guys continue forward with that.
Yeah, and Stephen had a thread that he put up, and you all submitted a lot of beautiful words to our dev team. Almost, I think we sent our dev team, we're like, spend an hour, just read these comments from our players, and it warmed everyone's hearts and really, like, you know, lit the motivation fire underneath all of us. I mean, we're already excited for ourselves. We want to create the product so we can play it, but it's really cool seeing that everyone else is just supporting us on that front. And
I think this is probably MMO 6 or 7 for me, but I think
yeah, it's like 13 for me.
This particular project, I would say, this is the most passion I've seen since, say, EverQuest 1 when I was on that team. And there's an enormous amount of passion on this team to bring you guys the best possible experience we can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And a lot of this is you guys helping educate people as well, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions, and you know, that's where people go down a weird trail because they think it's something else. And I think a lot of you have been doing a great job answering questions and helping inform people of what's actually happening. And you know, we're doing updates every month. We put out stuff every day almost on our social platforms, so if you want to forward them our way, we're continually trying to show you guys progress as much as we possibly can. And if you look at like this month versus last year, you can really see the difference in the progress that we've made. Absolutely. Talking about progress, let's talk a little bit about build promotions and you know, deployment and things like that, and what you guys have been working towards that.
So that's an exciting topic.
Yeah, this is, hey man, we asked you on the social and you said you wanted more of this, so here you go.
So yeah, it's an extremely important process. Like, our builds take hours to compile the code, and then, you know, to package all the assets, and then to get it out into the patcher system. So we're always looking to refine that and speed it up. We have Ash Thoth, who is a straight-up champion, who has fixed so many issues with that and streamlined it. And we're going to be bringing on additional engineers to handle the day-to-day integration. Right now, we do the integrations ourselves. Most of the time, it's Ash doing it. So it's a process that we keep refining, but it's gotten better.
Look at all those effects going on in the background on the on that stream.
Pushing forward and refining.
We've already seen it, but it was just insane, wasn't it?
I still have nightmares over what that process was like about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Ash has refined that. As a matter of fact, yesterday when I woke up at like 3:30 and I was going to go kick off a build, I was like, wow, Ash has really streamlined this. All I had to do was just log into the box and click this button. Right. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I think at like midnight that same evening, I had to go in and kill 2 of the processes that got on Windows Update or something, I don't know. Yeah. And then it was easy to restart the one of them, so getting better.
All right, well, that's kind of a culmination of, you know, a lot of things regarding that, but I want to talk a little bit about, you know, after July, after August, you know, after Alpha 1 testing, you had a couple things that you wanted to discuss, McP, and one of those is in regards to...
Wait, is all the Alpha 1 testing going to be done by August? Does that mean
in regards to
we're going to see the video stuff?
Right, so our typical process after we get through a milestone is we're going to... The engineering team is going to work with Steven and production to figure out our overall goals for the next testing phase. And then based on that, we're going to put together all the tasks, and then we're going to give estimates on all of those engineering tasks as they apply to tools or game systems or anything else to meet the company's goals for that next phase. And after that has all been worked out and everyone's happy, then that's when production can make decisions on what that date will look like.
And that will also include the feedback from you all in regards to that month-long test, as well as all of the testing leading up to that month-long test, and what bugs need to fix, what issues pop up that we find out through that testing as well, in order to meet those expectations. And Stephen, go ahead.
Just to give some additional context there, right? Like when you think about all of the systems and designs that are present in Ashes of Creation, Alpha 1 predominantly and Alpha 2 are going to be the most influential testing phases for the project, right? You know, after we kind of collect this data, after we get feedback and sentiment, and we experience this stuff from, you know, from paper to actual implementation, you know, that's when we go back and we revise. That's when we go back and we, you know, iterate upon, and that's where the largest potential for changes can occur. So I want to make sure that, you know, players are anticipating that these are very important testing periods because this is where changes occur. And you know, we are very, as Margaret had said previously, you know, we watch, read everything. You know, Margaret and I watch, read everything. We link what we watch and
I'm
read
like
into
working
our Slack.
and watching stuff and
Yes.
listening stuff in the background. And, like my life is consumed by Ashes of Creation when I'm not like.
During that weekend test, actually, I think I did the most crazy thing possible. Is where I was like working.
I think you really need to get onto the. I'm getting tired now.
I had 2 separate videos on YouTube playing simultaneously at different volumes.
I mean, at least I'm honest with my reaction.
I know, it's totally crazy. I know, it's totally
crazy.
But there was just so much content coming off in that weekend because I released that verbal NDA, and there were so many people talking.
I watched so much stuff.
And then I was reading Discord at the same time. So it's like
I was like working out, listening to your podcasts and videos, like it's crazy.
Yes, but you know, again, that just goes to show the importance of these testing sessions and the people who are participating is that it does provide us valuable feedback, and we take that feedback, we internalize it, we digest it, and we come up with actionable items, from those things that we want to test then further.
And to be clear, on the community side, when Toast is compiling things, or our CS rep, Adam, or our social person, Peter, are kind of like putting these reports together, we just put what you guys say. Like, we just put the feedback. We don't give development suggestions on how to fix it. That's their, like, they decide how they want to resolve the issues. But we just make it very clear, like, here are the concerns of the community, and they can kind of take and analyze the data that they have that correlates to those things. I think you look like you wanted to say something extra, McP?
No, just that testing's invaluable, and I often will ask Stephen if we can have, additional testing, because it just reveals new bugs or new issues, and we have to test all the fixes that we're trying to put in week after week after week to verify that we're giving you guys the best experience.
Yeah, Margaret, I just want to note here that you heard it from McP yourself, that when I come to you and tell you I need a test in like 2 hours, and you're like, but I need at least 24 to notify players.
That's
McP's fault. That's not actually my fault. I actually am just the messenger, so don't kill me on it.
I don't tell you. It's more from my perspective. I just want to make sure people can prepare. Like, a lot of people are like, I want to take time off, or I want to make sure like my kid is watched, right? Like,
testers.
I'm compassionate about the people, and so I want to make sure they can play, because like me and Sarah, and maybe Peter sees it on social a little bit, we get to hear the other side of it, where people are like, I didn't get to play because it was at this time, or I didn't have enough notice. So we hear that stuff, and we hear you. We're trying our best to make sure you're notified via email, via Twitter, via Facebook.
My goal is just to get McP what McP wants, and that's all I really have to worry about.
Me too. Together we'll do it. Speaking of testing, I think this is a great segue to our little love letter from our QA team. So I'm going to kind of read this off to you guys. It's beautiful. I love it. He says, "Hail and well met, glorious Ashes of Creation testers. My name is Sean Ferrens. I am not him, but you get where I'm going with this. I am the manager of quality assurance on Ashes of Creation, and on behalf of the Ashes of QA team, I would like to extend a deep and heartfelt thank you to everyone who participated in testing Ashes of Creation during the weekend of May 14th through May 16th for our Alpha 1 build. In spite of instability and uncertainty, you have all proven to be invaluable in regards to your feedback and bug reports, and for that I cannot express my gratitude enough. As many of you know, developing an MMORPG is an epic endeavor that is filled with trials and tribulations that no other kind of game will ever encounter. And you've illustrated dedication, or your illustrated dedication has proven to our team that we are on a high road to the best MMORPG gaming experience to date. During this most recent testing period, we received over 2,600 bug reports, which have been an absolute boon to our testing process. We review each report individually, and I continue to be impressed with how detailed and helpful each of these reports has been. Like, seriously, you guys give repro steps and everything super duper handy. I greatly look forward to your feedback in the future and hope you enjoy our content so far. So thank you, so much, everybody. I know I almost said 26,000. That would have been a lot of bugs.
Yeah, holy.
Note that those 2,600, a lot of them were repeats. Most of them were stuff that we were already on our known issues list or things that QA was aware of, but there were quite a few that we had not caught before, so really appreciate it.
And before we move on to the art side of things, I just want to reiterate something.
Okay, we're close to the art.
There's several thousand of you watching at the moment. But, when people say, when's the game done? When's the game done? I want to play. It's important to remember that MMOs typically only have, one launch attempt, unless you're Final Fantasy, right? So we want to make sure we get it right. And we want to make sure that we are launching the game when it's ready, per se, and these tests go to that end, right? This is what helps us get there. But keep in mind, again, our foremost thought here is quality, and what that means is we're going to spend the time that's necessary. So we'll keep you abreast of all the changes and the updates with every monthly, live stream that we do, and you'll see the process part of the way. And when we do launch, it's going to be a magnificent and glorious event. But patience is key, and it's what's that old saying about patience and fruit and ripe, and I don't know. Patience is I don't remember what the thing is, but regardless,
there's a lot of different types of patience.
It's fruit. It's fruit is sweet. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. That's what it is, and that's an important thing to keep in mind. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Fair enough. I mean, that's similar to the, a delayed game will eventually be good, a rushed game will always be bad or something. That was, I think, a Nintendo developer, Miyamoto? It was a big one. It was a big name.
That's where the engineering team is able to really go to and for its information on what needs to be fixed and how to fix it.
Absolutely.
Thanks to all the testers for submitting thousands of bugs and making me miserable. I appreciate it.
Kevin, I love you.
Yeah, the QA team is unbelievable. Very well done job.
Yeah, they're even assisting with web QA too, which is a whole other feat. That's like account process stuff, which is insane. Let's move on to our art stuff. I'm excited. There's lots of cool stuff.
We may have to limit some of the questions, by the way, at the end. Okay. Down to a few because
we're getting long.
The 1 p.m. I have kind of a hard stop a little bit.
Yeah, I have a meeting. Oh, really? Okay.
It's almost 1 p.m. now.
Let's go quick. So first and foremost, we have.
Oh, they're speeding up. Nice. Oh, those like Venus flytrap.
We're showing off a lot of these
enemies. That's cool.
Features, plants coming to life.
Nice.
Like that. So you might have seen some plants previously that were created in other development updates. So keep an eye out for those.
Beautiful.
And of course, these just gorgeous landscapes of.
You can tell how much he's sped up because of his meeting.
On to the next one.
These images are just so
it does look really nice.
Well finished. I mean, very.
All interiors, nice.
Looks
that gives me like a Mines of Moria type vibe. If anyone knows Lord of the Rings, that's giving me a bit of a vibe of.
Now you guys have been seeing
oh, it is a crypt. Okay.
And I will show some
well, that would make sense then. Okay.
That are in more of a
of course, the Mines of Moria weren't a crypt. They just felt like a crypt because.
And now you're going to continue.
Go watch Lord of the Rings if you don't know.
To try to show you
if you watch Lord of the Rings, you know why it feels like a crypt, even though it's not.
As they add more textures to stuff, as they implement them in
looks really good though. I love their design for their kind of like their version of dwarves. Really cool to see.
Yeah, the environment team always does a great job bringing to life the concepts that.
Oh, that's really cool.
And his concept crew, put together. They do a great job.
Is that like the entrance on like on the ground level?
And building the world around them to make them so compelling and immersive. It's really, we have such an amazing art team.
Yeah, and obviously the crypt is going to be telling its own little tale, as you can probably see with these different dwarven, very dwarven, junior dwarven style, I guess architecture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, carpentry in some of these cases. And then beyond that, I think I still have a couple more in this slideshow. I could see this chest. Like, don't you just want to grab it, but then it's probably gonna you pull it off and then something bad happens.
Just like a mimic that eats you.
Dude, mimics? Yeah, they're scary, man.
Better make sure you have some universal solvent.
Poison dart traps.
There you go.
And then a bathtub, you know. You need
Cool.
your fancy bathtub to chill and relax in your freehold after all that fighting.
Yes, of course.
Right?
There is houses.
This be an interactive
Love houses. Love being able to
bathtub
customize
that
your own
the
little
player
abode.
can, use E to like
Very
play
cool.
an animation and get into the tub and turn the water on.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I'm excited for freehold stuff. I know people do crazy things, and I'm excited to see what you as players do with them. And this is a rug. I think this is the last one. Our next one is Siege, which you all have kind of seen, but obviously from the artist perspective.
Okay.
They're
Oh, wow.
making sure all the
Nice.
textures look beautiful.
Looks
and
so
they've
good.
been retexturing a lot of the objects because some of those were older objects when we were working on Castle Siege through Apocalypse's testing ground, and now we're kind of updating those objects, but still using the same things. So a lot of those things are kind of transferring over, as Stephen and McP stated.
I love how when I have meetings with the art teams, and I remember very vividly, like this was 3 weeks ago, I'm sitting with Bacon and Mia and Tristan, and I'm talking to them, I'm like, you know, really not liking the way this castle's looking. Maybe you guys can do a pass on it? And Bacon's like, yep, we'll grab it. And then 2 weeks later, I look and I'm like, oh my god, what did you do? This looks so good, thank god. They're so talented, and the great thing is, like, you know, because we've been working together.
All these like the jungly kind of wooden rough built stuff looks really good as well.
Start coming together. I know early on,
Like the little camp area,
things kind of
tree
fell in place,
bases.
and we kind of had multiple directions.
Looks nice.
How we wanted to do materials and textures, all that kind of stuff. And now, just watching these environments in the world, these props, these architectural assets, you know, they just are starting to blend so well and creating a really cool immersive vibe. You know, this mood. Significantly, you know, I noticed it as well with the starting area in the alpha. It's just really come together. They do such a great job.
Yeah, and you've gotten to see the mood in the Goblin Camp that I showed there, and now this in the Graveyard. Perfect transition. Just the vibe of the fog kind of coming through is very interesting and kind of catches your eye, and obviously all the architecture that's happening in all of these areas. And yeah, the last one here is going to be the corrupted mushroom stuff, which you've kind of seen some of it when we...
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of this
maybe
before.
like 2 months ago or something like that. We showed off some corrupted
Still
area,
looks good though.
but now you're really
Like the
seeing
crystals and the
it
mushrooms
just
and the
keeps-
kind of
they
the
keep adding
reds
more
and
stuff
kind
to
of
it, man. It's just
dark
looking
colours. It
better
looks really cool.
and
The
better
mist
and better.
looks nice.
Gonna move on to our...
I remember I was talking
ahead.
about these mushrooms to Mia and Bacon,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, can we make these like super corrupt and like deformed and decrepit and like heavy red influences? And Mia was like, yeah, I can do that.
I love Mia.
Oh, I know.
And then of course we have more characters.
Ooh, like a
so
crown.
The first thing here is the Kalar crown.
Cool.
Stephen,
Looks
do you
really
know what
nice.
This was made
Little
from?
line on it.
This gorgeous crown.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that will actually be the control point to capture the castle, is that crown that sits atop the throne. So you may have seen it in the video. It was kind of sitting there on the cushion of the throne, or I don't know if there's a cushion per se. But the idea here is that, you know, when Castle Sieges are in their kind of full implementation, is this will actually be a skin that the player who owns the castle when they succeed, not in Alpha 1, but eventually, who owns the castle, they'll be able to apply this skin temporarily while they own that castle to their helmet.
Oh, that's
wear
cool.
The crown walking around. So
You'll be royalty, and you can get flying mounts
exactly.
and all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that. I love the idea of you see like someone flying over, you're like, you know that that's somebody important. Like that's so cool. And of course, this is one of them. There may be, you know, some other crowns out there.
There'll be many. There'll be a crown. So there's 5 castles that are intended for Ashes of Creation. Each will have its own distinct crown.
That's
Next
nice.
up, we have some really cool hairstyles.
Ooh,
that of
cool.
course, Stephen has leaked a couple. If you've been paying attention to our social channels or
Looks really good.
Discord or
Yes.
other places.
You guys will see, as you know, we kind of show you these updates to the character side, that the character team, Chris Atkins and Jinsey and Danny and Eli and Manny, you know, they're and Carson, they're doing an amazing job, really moving forward kind of the details of the characters, and you know, you're
Looks
starting
solid.
to see that.
And the armor looks
that
really good
quality
as well
is
on
gonna
all
be
of these
this is
characters.
kind of like
Do you think the faces are a bit hit and miss? Maybe that's just me.
you know, a
but the hair, the armor, all looks really good. I suppose maybe you'll be able to tweak the face and character creation, and maybe that's why these are just kind of stock models, you could say.
And then when we move into further content production for the other races, right, we kind of have those pipelines in place, and we have the processes in place, and we know how to approach them. So you're starting to see that that quality here rise to the point where we want it to be, and they're doing a really just amazing job, the character team and the animation team. I mean, you'll see over time just how our animations are constantly getting more in depth and improved, and
Bird outfit
and,
looks decent, I suppose.
Chris Myers and Minnie McPhee, or Alex McPhee's son, actually,
yeah,
is one of our animators.
We call him Minnie McPhee.
Very talented animator, along with Jessica.
He's hilarious.
And Brad. There's just such talent on the art side, and it's great seeing them bring to life these creatures, these characters, this world in a fluid way. Very cool.
And this is, if you guys have seen the Corvid Castigator, these are some variants of it that you may see on other NPCs and stuff like that in the world. And then we have this very much like, if you've seen the maroon harvesting gear that we've had for like our November set, this is like a green version of that you'll see maybe on some NPCs as well. And there's a couple things that I missed. I'm actually going to grab them, and we're going to do it live. It's going to probably look weird, but
Doing it live.
Whoa, that looks really good.
We definitely had some folks wanting to see the particle effects, so not completely finished, but it's coming together, man.
Not finished, but important note here is we released the earlier version of the Sorrow set, and we got some good feedback about kind of bringing it back in line with the original concept. And Atkins, I believe, and I'm not sure, I think it might have been Danny, took a pass on it, and we also had Jim incorporate some of the intended effects for the set, so you guys can see that here.
Yeah. And with that, we are going to head on to Q&A, because I know Stephen has to get going, but I'll play this video in the background whilst
okay. Oh my goodness, that finally finished. That was very long. I do apologize if you've made it to the end, if anyone has. That was also, if you didn't realize, I did say before, I did change the format, so I've got my webcam and it's in rectangle form and it's up at the top. I might change that for next time, back to square, back in the bottom, because it was like down here before. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I might make a little insert to go at the beginning of this video just to say, hey, you might want to skip around it, because it is very long. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Almost 2 hours long. Geez, this video is going to be a long one. And yeah, no, really good monthly update. Once again. Looking forward to the next month, as always, so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. And of course, I do want to make some more videos, so hopefully those will come in the next couple of weeks. They might be pretty unedited, or it might just be streams. Maybe I'm going to try streaming, I don't know. I want to do something, I know that much. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.